Hey guys, welcome back to the No Name Business Podcast, where we got no name yet, but we're working on it. So my name is Brian Tran, your host, and we got my co-host here, PJ.
What up?
We got special guest Raymond Cho.
Hey.
And Brandon Tran.
Yo.
And in this episode, I want to talk about the recession that we're in. I want to talk about what we're doing to prepare and then what we're going to be doing to excel. You ready to get into this?
Let's get into it, man.
All right, well, let's start off. Honestly, right now things are getting expensive. Interest rates are up. I'm seeing consumer activity down across all the boards, all my companies. I have a virtual assistant company. We're seeing a hit there. I have 3 coffee shops. I'm seeing a little bit of a hit there. Boba shops, same thing. Real estate sales are down. Inventory is down 35%. Our flips are too early to say, but we're definitely got to be careful with that as well. Yeah. So there are a lot of fear, but this is not a fear podcast. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. And if you are in a position where things aren't going right, we got to get you in a position to really skyrocket you.
Yes, sir. That's what we do here.
So I'm going to start off with Brandon over there down the way. Brandon, what are you feeling right now? I mean, are you hurting? Are you feeling... Let's just talk about that.
Well, I think the thing is we all know that the recession is coming, but the important thing is that we plan for it the best we can and have contingency plans to execute, right? So we do notice the real estate business is slowing down, but good thing we have, these other businesses. We have our rentals. We have all these different streams that are kind of propping us up so we can double down on the other work and grow those businesses in these times, right? So while some people are getting scared, I think we'll see a lot of agents they might leave the business, because they've been honestly just riding the easy way for the last couple of years. Now's the time for us to just double down, and we're just working harder.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Definitely right now, you have to work 3 to 4 times as hard to make the same amount you were making in 2020, 2021. And this goes across all businesses. Brandon's speaking from a real estate, realtor perspective. I'm talking from doesn't matter. I'm more hands-on than ever with every single one of my companies. I have to watch them all like a hawk because we have to pivot so quickly if we need to. If we need to cut something, there is no time to wait. We have to cut, or we have to make changes very quickly in this market. Otherwise, you start bleeding. All right. Ray, what are you doing?
Really? So when I see this recession, I think we're already in it, but it's an opportunity, right? Like prices are going down, less people are buying. So as far as acquiring property goes, it's our time to shine. So really to prepare for that, it's networking with all your people with the funds, the means to buy that property, and also stacking your own cash and getting those reserves ready to use whenever you need them, right? Because you don't know when the next opportunity is coming, and they're all coming, right? People are defaulting, losing their jobs. You never know what's going to happen. So right now, I would say it's just network as much as you can, build those relationships, build some trustworthy friends and alliances, and also, get your name out there. Let everybody know what you're looking for. I'm looking for deals. So let everybody know that. Contact as many people as you can, and something will come to you. Something will fall in your lap. Well, not fall in your lap. You're going out there to get it.
Yeah, work for it.
It's a little weird to say this, but I'm a little excited for this.
Me too.
Because you hear this all the time, or research it. It only happens a couple of times in your life where this kind of phenomenon happens and the economy reverses, and this is your chance to, buy something really low and then it blows up, right? So it's probably happened a couple of times in our lives, but this is the first time that I've been prepared for it, or I feel prepared for it.
Yeah, because the last time I was in high school.
Yeah. 2008, we didn't
in a position
anything
to do something.
I had $250 to my name in 2008.
I probably had less than that.
That's pretty broke. Pretty broke.
I had a bag of burritos.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I had like a skateboard.
I wish I listened to my mom. Actually pushed me. She was like, "Hey, you got to buy a house now." 2008. I was like, "But I can't. I don't have anything to my name. I got like 10,000-20,000 maybe."
Yeah.
And she was willing to let me borrow it, but I was like, "No, I can't." because I didn't have that mindset. I wasn't in that growth mindset. I wasn't ready for it yet. So
Do you think though, like this is kind of like off topic, but do you think that if you borrowed that money, do you think it would have affected you? Like, oh, you got a handout or something? Like,
I don't think so. Like, it would have been the best
We
move
borrow,
ever.
we borrow money every day.
oh yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
I definitely forgot.
If
You
I
guys
had
are all real estate investors here, so it's a different
Yeah.
story. It's a different story.
I remember
name of the game.
someone approached me with a house in Daly City for like so cheap. Looking back now, it was like 400 grand.
yeah,
I was like, dude, that's a lot of money for me. I can't even come up with a down payment. I could probably make the payments on it, but that's about it. So, like, my own mind was stopping me.
yeah.
And really, I should have capitalized looking back. And
Even,
now is
even
our
in
chance.
in this down market, that 400,000 is probably worth $1 million.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
So I would have paid that money back in a year, 2 years.
Yeah, that's a good lesson to learn. You know,
Yeah.
just be prepared. Yeah, be
Yeah.
prepared for like have your cash ready. Have
And
your
listen
money
to your
saved up.
agent. Listen to your agent.
Well,
Get in.
Well, let's talk about this now. Okay, you're not ready. You're barely getting by. You have some credit card debt, and you're in this market right now. How would you do it? What would you advise the audience? Let's just say no debt, because then now you're getting into like, okay, we got to pay down your debt first. But let's just say you have no debt, but you have not a lot of money because you didn't set aside, like you weren't prepared for this like we were. What would you do?
Shoot.
Brandon?
First, you got to get your knowledge up so you can figure out what area you want to target, right? So whether it be you want to do real estate, you want to start a business, you want to, take over someone else's business.
Buy stocks.
Yeah, whatever you want to buy stocks, you got to do your research, figure out what's the best way, how people have done it before, because it's all cycles, and figure out how to duplicate it. Or if you don't, figure out who does and how to talk to them.
Yeah. So let's give them a play-by-play. Here's what I would do, all right? Because people want to know what to do. Number one, if you go find somebody like me and you approach me and you know nothing, I'm probably not going to talk to you because, my time is valuable. I got to take care of people that actually are in my ecosystem, right? Yeah. And so I got to spend my time with them. But you go and you do what Brandon said first. You go and let's say you want to do real estate. You go on YouTube and you spend a day or two and you watch every single YouTube to get your vocabulary up, right? Then you go and buy a course for $100, $200, or $1,000, whatever it is, and you learn and you master that course. Then you go and you practice what that course taught you. And then now that you have the lingo, you have the know-how, then you go out and you reach out to somebody like me, Brandon, or Ray, and you say, hey, I bought this course, I'm doing this, I'm cold calling, I'm door knocking, I'm sending out this kind of looking flyer, but it's not working. I want to team up with you. Then that's when it's like, okay, this guy got grit. This guy's already working. This guy's already calling. He just needs guidance. I can guide you, right? Now it's worth my time to go and help you. But if you come to me and you go, what's an escrow? What's a wholesale?
Yeah.
I want to get into real estate. Okay, which part? I don't know. Bro, I don't got time to sit here and I don't even know if you're motivated. I don't even know if you willing to put in the time, energy, and effort. Go out there, make mistakes first, and then go find a mentor and say, look, I made this mistake, but I made 1,000 contacts. What that shows is that you got grit, you're willing to put in the work. You just need a little bit of tweaking. That doesn't require doesn't require all my time. It may only require like a 30-minute phone call a week. That's what you do. And that's how you prepare yourself for this recession and really take off and blow up.
Yeah, you gotta be able to add value and prove your worth in this economy. Like, you can't just, like you said, approach someone who's already made it and expect them to carry them on your coattails, right? Like, you have to add value, and you have to show that you're willing to put in the work, the grind that it took to get there. So, yeah, I'd say the same thing. The other thing is, like, if you don't have the funds right now, you got to get into a industry where you're a high income earner. Somehow, depending on your stage in life, if you've already gone through college, just keep working that grind and work your way up.
Yeah.
Until you get the funds to do whatever it is you want to do.
High skills will equal high funds.
Yep.
Yeah. I would think recession or not, right? If you have no money, you don't know how to make any money, your problem's not the recession.
Yeah.
The problem's you.
Yeah.
You need to figure out how to get some skills.
Exactly.
Get some skills, man.
I think they were hitting on that, right?
Yeah,
Invest in
because,
yourself.
You know, this is the whole thing. Everyone's saying like skills, because it matters. You know, like it doesn't matter about the economy. Like, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
Your skills will pay the bills.
Quote by Brian Tran.
That's where
Is there something else?
That's a quote by Brian Tran.
that's where the rap ends.
All right, cool. So let me just start. You know, let's touch in on this recession more and ask some questions because you guys are all seasoned investors, seasoned realtors. Y'all do big deals, and I want to ask, like, for a new realtor or a real estate agent, you know, who wants to get into the game, like, your honest opinion, like, would you recommend them coming into this market right now?
If that's all they have, if that's what they really want, yeah, doesn't matter. Because when I got into the industry, it was kind of like this, in a sense that it was 2013. It could have gone down more, but instead it went up, so that's good. But there was a moment in time where it was flat, right? Kind of like right now, it's flat. And that's when I got in. That's when I was cold calling. There were actually expired listings to call, right? Agents are scrambling. Agents are lazy. Agents don't want to work. That's when you come in and you put in the work and the energy and the time. But it's hard to say because, I mean, you really got to like this job. You really got to like the product. You got to understand that it takes a long time to earn money in real estate because there is escrow, 30-day, 40-day escrow. So if you're doing it for the money, I sell life insurance. If you're doing it because you actually like real estate, you like the property, you like the numbers and, you know, seeing homes, physical homes, then yeah, jump into this. But if you want quick money, go get into a sales position or in a commission-based position that will pay quicker because this takes a long time. Yeah. What do you think, Brandon?
I agree with you. You know, it's not a easy position right now, but anybody can succeed right now if you follow the steps and you put in the work. But a lot of people are kind of in that mindset of instant gratification. They're thinking that they'll come in, you know, I'm going to be a rock star, or, you know, I'm going to work my part-time job and close 3 deals on the side. Those days are gone, right? No one's going to trust you working part-time. No one's going to trust you if you're halfway not doing the work, right? So it's a lot of work to put in right now, but you can be successful. You just got to work.
I'd probably wholesale.
Yeah.
I'd probably get into wholesaling or life insurance.
Wholesaling would be a good one.
Yeah, it's faster. You don't need a license. Like if you're gonna get a license, 2-3 months of your time takes too long. Yeah. Like you need to make money now. Let's start doing wholesale so you can get into the activity of cold calling and trying to get some properties locked up and then assign them for a fee.
Yeah, that's one quick way. I mean, you could start working that with almost no money. Yeah, right. You need a phone and a car.
Yeah.
Hell, you got 2 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And barely any risk. Like
Do some door knocking on a scooter or something.
Yeah.
assign it. Yep.
Yeah, but overall, it's not impossible to make some deals right now, even in this market.
Nothing's
I've seen you guys
impossible.
pull some deals in, seen you guys close on some houses, so it's not impossible. So,
And if you think about it, like not just real estate, in any business right now, you're not safe. People are getting laid off.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to work hard. Whatever you do, you got to commit to it and work your ass off.
Yeah.
Or else you're not going to make it.
I think that's the interesting part because, yeah, like there's some people, getting laid off and there's the bad, but there's still the other percent that people want to win right now. And if you could offer any type of service to that person, like there is going to be the people who are trying to win in this market. So the recession, I think, is like not too much of something to look bad at, but the opportunity wise it's there.
There are more opportunities in a down market than there are on an up market. When in an up market, most of the time you just have to ride it up, and people don't want to sell their companies because they're making a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to sell their homes for a reasonable price because they think the market's going up. When things are bad, if you can use it to your advantage, it's very good for you. Like we're able to buy properties for better deals today because we can utilize the fact that the things are going down. I can't pay you $1 million. I can only give you 8, maybe 700,000 because I can't. It's like, it may be worth 8 today, but by the time we close and I get it on the market, it's worth 7. So I can only offer you 7.
What you can ask is, what are you hearing in the news today?
Yeah.
And then you tell them, well, you're telling me there's a recession, so obviously I can't pay you as much.
Yeah. So it's like that's the good part. Yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
All this fear mongering is good for us, right? Every day, all these headlines, interest rates are going up to 10%. The Fed is going to raise the rates again. You know, recession this, recession that. But
So let's move on to the second portion, right? So that's what we would do now to kind of prepare ourselves, to brace ourselves. What are you guys doing? And I'll chime in too, but to really excel and ride this down wave so that when things go back, we're going to be like super wealthy. What are you guys doing? What are you thinking, Brandon?
for real estate, I'm getting uncomfortable. You know, the last 2 years I've been pretty blessed. You know, my business has been a lot of like the spirits all coming in, but right now I'm doubling down on things that not really as comfortable with. You know, social media, doubling down on it. Sometimes you hate doing the videos, but you just gotta
everybody
do it,
give Brandon a follow at B-Tran. He's killing it with the reels.
You gotta do it, man. You know, we're out here, we're learning how to podcast. You know, every day we're just trying new things and, you know, doubling down on the things that you do. You know, will bring in business. You know, make extra calls, knock extra doors, go and just be out there and work.
Yeah,
twice as hard, 3 times as hard.
for sure. And yeah, for me, I'm just not buying any kind of frivolous stuff, stacking paper as much as I can. And hopefully, you know, in the next year, we can reinvest all our, you know, any profits we make this year into expanding, growing. And then, you know, hopefully if we do that now while the market is low, like it'll pay off next year, you know, tenfold, whatever it is, you know.
Yeah, so for me, I'm taking this time to invest back into the business. Not too much, like in certain businesses, right? But this social media thing we're taking very seriously because I know now, and this doesn't even, I mean, whether we were going to be in a recession or not, I was going to do this, but the new currency is attention and influence. And so that's why we're going to be doubling down more on that, because ultimately the more people who know me and know what I do, that will bring in more business. And that's what you need when things are going down. You need an influx of leads. You need an influx of ideas. You need an influx of energy. You just need more of it, right? And of course, we're doubling down on activities. I've already mentioned that to really excel during this time, I'm keeping a very close eye on all my businesses to look for any opportunities when it comes to expansion, because things are cheaper. I can buy, like for example, I'm in this week alone, I've had 3 stores, restaurants, stuff like that. They're closing. I can take over those space for like pennies. And I don't have to build them out. I just have to remodel them a little bit, and I can open up more stores. That's one option. Number 2, I am now investing very heavily in relationships. I'm very big on that. I just dropped $20,000 for a course. You know that. But it wasn't so much for the course that I cared about, but it was to get me into the door with the people who are hosting the course. And I think if I get into that room with people who are richer than me, smarter than me, I'm going to be able to pick up and learn some new things of what they're doing, right? The other thing is that the other thing that we're doing is we're looking at buying banknotes, because in a recession, people are going to be foreclosing on their property. They're going to, you know, people who weren't prepared, who overspent, over leveraged everything, they're losing their stuff. So that the other business idea that we're thinking about is buying out those notes, which is like the bank notes. And if you guys don't know what that is, you guys can Google buying bank notes later on. And these are all opportunities that are happening right now because of the recession. Yeah. It is exposing a lot of those fake gurus, the fake, rich guys. We're able to buy a lot of things. So that's what we're doing. That's how I'm, because of that, I think in the next 2-3 years, when we get out of this, man, I'm going to have more businesses. I'm going to have more relationships, stronger relationships, and a lot of assets that we bought for pennies on the dollars now that are going to be worth a few dollars down the line.
And the cool thing is, that bank note business, Ray, where'd we learn that from?
So, yeah, that was so random. I mailed a letter to, 100 people. One person called me back. He was like, "Hey, I'm interested in selling my house. And so I got on the phone and talked to him. I was like, I'm not even interested in your house anymore. I'm not interested in your deal. I was more interested in the guy who was telling me about, oh, I'm buying these, like you guys are saying, all these different banknotes for, pennies on the dollar. I'm like, how do you do that? And he's like, I don't mind showing you if you want to partner up. And that's where the relationships come in. Like, you don't just maybe access their funds, but you also get their knowledge as well. So and they're willing to partner with us. They're willing to, if a project is too big for us, they're willing to go in together. So
it's a big thing. That knowledge is a big thing. I mean, for me, I'm working with you guys, right? Realtors and stuff. And, that's where the value comes in part too. If you ever want to get, work with somebody of high value, you have to bring value yourself. And the benefits for me, it's like, hey, we're making sick content, which is what I love to do. And I actually learned a lot about real estate, just like hanging out with you guys. So knowledge is definitely a big thing.
For sure. And props to you, PJ. You've been dropping all that hot social media.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. About to drop some big deals
bombs.
too.
Well, let me drop another information. Like, people always think you need money to make money. True, but you don't need your own money. Right now, you should be. Now, granted, don't be a con artist. You actually gotta care. Like, when we take our investors' money, we do our due diligence and we stand by our work. We're gonna make sure that they always get their money back. Yeah. So right now, you don't need your own money. You need access to money. So whether it be a rich aunt, rich uncle, friends, family, people that trust you, know you, that's who you should be building the Rolodex. And when you find a good deal, look for deals. If you have a good deal, people will throw money at you. But that's where this comes in, where you keep a notebook of okay, Ray has 50,000. I think last time I talked with Brandon has 100,000. Cousin Tom has 100,000. And then when the deal comes up, you go down that Rolodex and you call and say, hey, I got a deal. Do you want to go in on it with me? 50,000, 100,000. This is what I'm thinking. And, work on your pitch. That's how you do it. So what else, PJ?
I like it. I think I'm all set on questions.
That's it, guys. Well, let's wrap it up. That's that's how we feel about the recession. You guys now know what we're going to be doing. So invest in yourself, invest in the relationship, go out there and look for deals and go get some money, guys.
Let's do it, guys. Don't be fearful. Let's just tax the recession and just make this money, man.
And if you like the podcast, do us a big favor. Hit the 5-star. Give us the like. Share this with your friends. And let's keep it going, guys. We'll catch you guys in the next episode.
All right, guys. See you soon.